got stories to tell. So I was like level 40 or some
Story
shit,
time
right?
with Kyle.
And there was this like
That's what this is.
this like level 5 like couple. It was like 2 people that were on like the entirely wrong portion of the map. You know what I mean? So I was like, hey guys, what you doing here? So I talked to them, told them how to fix their stats, told them how to fix their stats and shit, and sent them on their way. Right? Months and months later, right? On the same character, probably haven't max leveled yet because I was just dicking around. I was like 16 or some shit. You know? And I joined this guild, right?
know?
And like the guild master, different name, not a name I recognized, messaged me and goes, "Hey, like you helped 2 people like months ago." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like I might have done that." I was sure, you know. And they're like, "Yeah, that was us. We run this guild now. Here's a shit ton of money, and now you're like 3rd in charge."
What?
Yeah, dude.
And he took it all and ran.
Yeah, and that's 100% what
you
happened.
did, didn't you? God.
But like it was just the weirdest coincidence. They're like, "Hey, you helped 2 people. Like we're this married couple. Like thank you
He was
so
such a
much."
Good guy, and he just
That's
took all the
fucked.
shit.
Boosted me, gave me a bunch of stuff, and then like I went back to like my friends.
That's a freak occurrence, I feel like, because the
Yeah,
wide
that-
span of
that-
RPGs. That
Well, not
I've done that.
Not then. See, because now there's like this weird blend of realms and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
everybody's
people
hanging
stopped
out now.
playing in some of them.
But at this point, it was like just this realm. You know what I mean? Like
This
there
is
was
when it was just
no.
starting.
Yeah. There was no like kind of
Oh,
crossover.
when did they start doing that? Was it Wrath?
It was after Cataclysm, I think. 'cause
It was after Cataclysm.
Really kind of fucked
Mist.
I thought
Mist
Wrath-
is the
I
first
thought it
time
was
I
Lich
remember
King.
doing it.
I thought.
Just kidding. I have no fucking
I
idea.
thought Wrath was when they started allowing like cross server stuff.
No,
Well,
I thought it
think
was
you could
Mist.
join friends and stuff, but they hadn't like meshed. the
Not
servers.
mesh the servers yet.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Where
yeah.
they
Yeah,
started
yeah.
allowing.
What do you mean by crossovers? Like Guild Wars? WoW?
Yes.
No, yes.
Yes.
Is that
they
kind of
added-
crossover?
No, like before.
They added RuneScape in there too. You
It
could
doesn't
join
matter
in.
which
Don't
server
fuck
you're on, as long
around
as you're on
and
the
that
same.
do not even. If that were to be a thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, hello guys.
Oh, we're starting
Welcome to
off.
Beside the
Sorry,
Point.
no.
I believe it's number 9.
No.
Does anybody have an idea? Dustin, do you have an idea?
He says
Nine
not.
Do you have an idea, or are you just nodding your head?
Yes, but
Okay.
9 feels good.
Beside the Point, number 9. Welcome.
9's a good number.
How are we? I'm Zach. This is Kyler,
That is me.
Eric, and Cam Davies.
Cam fucking Davies.
Our caboose.
You know, we
Our
lost.
caboose.
We're about to get into subs here in a second.
First of all,
You can't run a train without a caboose. You're
I'm
an
the
essential
engine-
part
I'm
of
the
this
engine
podcast.
and the caboose, dude.
You're like a handsome caboose, though. Like a sweet caboose. You know what I'm saying?
What part of the
One
what part of
too
the
many
train
sweets.
is the
Stop, stop.
so what
One
part of
too
the
many-
train is the engine in?
Here's the
Is
thing.
it the caboose?
front and the
front.
caboose usually have an engine.
The
'Cause
front
what they do,
and
they
the
don't like
back.
to turn around.
So it's not the
it's
same thing as like Titanic, where it's shoveling coal into a furnace.
I don't think we
No,
do
not
that
anymore.
anymore.
I feel like
I
that
don't
would
think
be.
that's how
I
trains
think-
work.
I don't think
I've
they
never
do
been
that.
involved in.
I've never
I
been
think
on
it's
a
like
train.
one guy
Here's
on
the thing.
train.
I don't
Once
fucking
upon
know.
a
I've never
time,
been on a
I
train.
wanted to drive a train. That was my plan. I'd applied to the train.
Train
people.
conductor.
Yeah.
To
My
the
uncle,
train.
my uncle does
Yeah.
that. My
I
uncle
was,
does that.
Where do
I
you
was
go
trying to do that through God, it's the starts with a B. It's like all the trains are them.
Blockbuster.
Fuck.
Uh,
Doesn't matter. The point is, I was going to be a train
bitchin'
guy.
trains.
Bitchin' trains is where I was going to apply.
Ah, the
Didn't work
BT.
out. Didn't work out. But we'll get to
the
yeah.
No.
Good job.
Yeah, bitchin' train.
Yeah.
BT?
Bitchin' trains.
The
That's
bitchin'
what it is.
trains.
We'll get to jobs here in a second. Let's do subs real quick. Yeah.
Subs. Oh wow, subs. Thank you, Kyler, for
Yeah, I'm here, dude.
just transitioning into that. We still need 100 subs.
100 of them. I want that URL so bad. I want to put it on business cards and stick it in strangers' pockets. You know what I'm saying?
We can still make business cards with having 38 subs. Oh, did I say that out loud? 38 subs. Is that not embarrassing? Get us to 100
Thanks.
subs, please.
Right. Here's the thing. We lost one. I'm confident it was Cam's
Oh,
parents.
Yeah.
Confident it was Cam's
Ooh,
parents
yeah,
gave
your
up on
parents.
us.
What was that?
I don't know.
Because the day you
His
told
father
us about
hated
it,
the
we made a
lighting, that's
bunch-
why.
We made a bunch of jerking off jokes.
Mhm.
And I'm sure they're gone now.
No, I don't think it was the jerking off jokes. I think his dad actually got back to him and said, "Hey, next time we talk Cam, we'll talk about the lighting."
Yeah. Get back.
Yeah,
I,
lighting
think,
was-
I think our production just
He used
pissed.
to do studio
pissed your
stuff
fuck.
and camera
Point
work.
is-
So.
Well, you know,
The lights are terrible.
you
and
not
we
want to
got
help
no
his only
Cam
son
jerking
out.
off. Sad.
Wait, you have a brother, don't you? You
doesn't
do.
want to help his most important son.
Sister.
Yeah, his only
So-
son.
There we go. Yeah, his only son.
Yeah. That's sad. Heartbreaking that they would abandon us like this.
Yeah. Us.
Yeah. As a unit,
All of.
a person they've never met, they've wounded deeply.
I've met them. Very nice people, Cam.
Yeah. If they're
Very
still
nice
here,
people, the Davies.
I'm sorry that
Yeah,
I
you kinda
accused
just
you.
threw-
Yeah, I'm sorry I accused you of that.
any support we were gonna get is now gone.
And I'm
Thanks,
also
Kyler.
sorry I again referenced jerking off. I'm not great.
No,
at this.
jerking off references are fine.
Define.
What is not fine is our lighting, Mr. Davies. So if you want to help us out with that, we will have it.
Yeah.
We will accept your help.
Yeah.
We're
He
not
said he
too
was gonna
prideful.
talk to me about it and say, "Oh, I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you
but that
studio
you
equipment."
no, we don't want that. But a conversation about what we're doing wrong is like a real
Everything.
good.
Look at the
first step.
table we're using.
But what is?
Whoa, whoa,
you don't-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa! This table's been
white Beer
good.
pong
Yeah.
table.
Classy is what this is. Folds in half, gets it out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the legs fold up and everything. It's,
Yeah. It's
Convenient.
What it is,
The legs
what
do
it is
fold
is
up.
functional.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Space saver.
What we need is a tablecloth or a better table.
I'd prefer a better table
He
over
just
a
defended
cloth.
the table. He goes, we need a tablecloth or just a bed.
That's the plan.
Just be hiding the
Interesting.
problem.
that's
to have
how
a
that's how the
tablecloth.
brain works. Yeah.
God, this is a great beside the point so far.
It's
Absolutely. And you know,
On topic at least. What is the topic?
the topic. You want to hear the topic? The topic is. Let's talk about shittiest jobs you've had. Pardon my French. The worst jobs you've had, or worst job experiences.
Sure.
Zach drunk.
I've had a little black heart. I'm on vacation actually right
Yeah,
now.
that's what that
I
is.
have finished
Clocking
I
You
finished
guys
my
got a
last
whole
shift
week
tonight.
off. Zach's about to take a week off. Am I the only one
Look
being
at the
remotely
Ozarks, man.
responsible?
Only one
How's that make you
sucking the
guys
dick.
feel?
What?
I'm the only responsible person at this table. The only person working.
Is
He's
that what
not
you tell
working for
I'm
a week.
responsible. I just finished. I
You're
just
not working-
finished an entire
Not
week
working
of
for
work.
7 days.
Worked my ass off.
I'm not sure Eric even has a job.
Yeah. I'm just
He
winging it. Just
Oh, that's a different topic for a different time. But I've just finished a week of work, hard
Doing
work.
good. Going on vacation.
Going on
Not good
vacation,
for
leaving for vacation to the Lake of the Ozarks tomorrow.
Woo.
I've already stepped into the vacation
You have
period
to.
right now.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
start early, otherwise you'll die when you get on vacation.
That probably wouldn't happen either. I'm pretty seasoned in visual, but
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Kyle.
Sure,
That
that's
is
how it
how
works.
it works.
Science.
That's how it works.
that's how it works. But what's the worst job you ever had, Cam?
Easily insurance.
What do you mean, like
For
selling
who?
insurance?
Selling insurance.
Call
You mean
them
like it
out.
was just
Yeah.
boring?
Who is it?
Huh?
State Farm.
No, it's farmers.
Allstate.
Farmers.
Farmers.
Uh,
Got it.
that's is State Farm the one that says we are farmers?
No, that would be farmers.
That'd be farmers.
Not
It's in the
farmers.
title.
What's State Farm?
No,
and
State
then
Farm
there's
does
farmers.
the double checks with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, say I'm a
favorite
Bears
quarterback?
fan. We don't talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's
Either
they
way,
pay to
selling
do that.
insurance was by far my least favorite job.
Why? Because it was a
Basically-
desk job, right?
Huh?
It was a desk job, I assume.
No, it was selling insurance. Like you had to go out and solicit and stuff like that.
So
and call
door to
people
door.
and shit Like that.
That's
Yeah, but
interesting.
you're just an agent. You could sell however you wanted to. You.
However you wanted to. What
They literally told me to go around Walmart parking lots and talk to people leaving Walmart.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate being at
Did
Walmart.
you try getting business
already.
cards and putting it in strangers' pockets? Because that's going to be my attack strategy for this.
Or were you the windshield
I'm
guy
gonna go
that
with
left
you
it
if
like
when you
a
get
card in
jumped
the
and attacked
windshield?
by
No, I didn't
someone?
do any of it.
we're not going to get jumped and attacked. You're
basically-
6'4". I've got.
No, I'm not gonna help. I'm just gonna watch him and be
Oh,
like,
I got
kick
it,
his
I got
ass.
Kick his ass.
Sorry.
What do you got, Cam? Were you the windshield wiper guy?
No. I didn't even get that far into it. It was like an 8-month process. I was working another job because they don't pay you until you start
Right.
selling
Insurance
insurance.
is
Right?
commission.
Yeah, but they also don't start helping you, like give you leads or
Mhm.
let you have like your online
Until you're, like,
services or
licensed.
anything like that until you've made a certain amount of sales. Well, straight out of college, I had no money, so I couldn't. I was
I thought
doing
you were
a
gonna say
full-time
straight
job.
out of Compton, but you said straight out of college.
Straight out of Compton. Straight out of
Bro.
Compton, you know, I was working full time and I was trying to sell insurance, so
Uh-huh.
I didn't have enough time to actually commit to the
To
insurance.
do it,
thing.
yeah.
But I got licensed and everything. Actually, that was pretty easy.
So why was it the worst job you've had though?
Just because
What
like,
made it so bad?
like what they expected you to do to like sell insurance is like, oh, sorry, you're new. Good luck.
No.
And that was it. So you're literally like, I did it for like a couple of, I'll say like 2-3 months. I actually tried, and it was just horrible trying.
Right. See, I feel like you've always been on jobs that are commission.
No.
If you don't mind me, so you were at Farmers, and then you were at Magnolia,
Mm-hmm.
also, which
Magnolia?
is the
Like the steel
is-
Magnolia?
no, it's
Flowers.
Cameo.
Home theater and like high-end audio.
Word,
and
okay,
making
cool.
home theaters.
Is that also commission
in-house. Yeah, it's
Interesting.
self-based.
And then your job currently.
And then also I worked at AT&T, which is a
Also commission.
small.
Jesus
commission.
But like
It
the
is small
commission's your
commission.
bonus more than
Yeah, it's
anything,
a
right?
bonus.
Right.
Yeah, it's not commission.
So have you always just
No, I did.
sought out jobs like
no,
that,
I
or-
did Best Buy before that, and also.
which
I
is
was
also
at-
commission though, is it not?
No,
Is it?
they,
No.
I don't think they. If they do, it's very minimal.
it's-
I think the phone people make
No,
a little bit of commission.
They might make a bonus of a couple $100 if you
Yeah.
hit certain tiers. That's it.
That's still pretty cool.
Hmm.
I can get behind that.
Interesting. Eric, what about you, bub?
Mine's easily when I worked for Walmart for like 6 months unloading trucks.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah. So it
Well,
happens.
that's
just-
not bad. I've
Is
unloaded
the
trucks.
manual
before.
labor was the problem.
Mostly,
just a
well, okay,
bitch.
it sucked
Yeah,
because
definitely manual
there
labor
was
was the
like-
problem for
Yeah.
Eric.
there was like 5 of us total, maybe 6 that worked there,
Right.
and it was such a shitty job, and we made $7.25 an hour and worked from 4 p.m. till 2 a.m.
That's
Had to
no,
unload-
Thank you.
That like people wouldn't even show up, and they just
A
wouldn't
10-hour
fire
shift,
them because
isn't
we
it?
needed people that
Mhm.
bad that you could just not show up, and they'd show up the next day and like, hey, thanks for being here, and they would pull people from like other like places
Right.
like the gardening section
Just
to come help us,
yeah.
and they're like, "This is fucking terrible."
Are you talking about Walmart or Lowe's?
Walmart.
Okay.
No, we used to
Sure,
unload.
Lowe's, too.
Gardening set. You said gardening.
Well, they have like a gardening
I've
section.
never worked at a
or an
department
outside
store before.
section at Walmart.
Yeah,
What?
that's true.
Never worked at a department store.
Retail. You never worked
Don't.
retail,
It's
No, I'm
shitty.
sorry, bro.
Lowe's wasn't too bad except for
It's
having to wake
awful
up at 6
and
a.m.
okay
That
at the
was
same
god
time.
awful.
but the awfulness outweighs the okay by a lot.
You just don't get paid enough. Like $7.25, we would unload 2 trucks on Thursdays and Saturdays with
Mhm.
like 4 people, and there would be anywhere from 1,500 to like 2,200 boxes in each truck.
Ugh.
So some days we'd have 2,000 box trucks,
Nope.
which with like 4 people is
Hard pass.
it was
Yeah. Should've
terrible.
Paid you more.
Well, see, I was not getting paid $7.25. I would not do that job either for $7.25. I was getting a little bit more than that, but I did that at Lowe's. I unloaded trucks every once in a while. Actually, I was actually in a different department. I was in hardware, and they would actually go around asking people like, "Hey, do you want to go unload the truck?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely, I do." Because I would just pop my headphones in and I would just put boxes,
Sure.
like a Tetris. Or
This is why I don't
something,
mind
It was
manual
super
labor.
relaxing.
I've had lots of manual labor gigs. All of them headphones. You could.
Well, I also didn't sweat. I was also in AC as well.
Oh, see, my
So
last
that's the
manual
difference
labor
with manual
gig
labor.
was pouring hot tar and cracks.
See, that
on
sounds
the asphalt.
fucking awful.
Oh, it was not fun.
Sounds awful.
So what you do is you take a propane tank, like for a grill, right? Then you put a hose on it and you duct tape it, and then you let the propane run through the hose,
Uh-huh.
and then you light a fire on the end of that hose,
Uh-huh.
and then you put that hose on a metal bucket with wheels, and
Right.
then you fill that bucket with hot tar, and then there's a lever on the bucket that dumps tar.
Okay,
Now,
Is
is
this-
this
is
your
this like a
bad
regulation
Is this
thing or
your
is this like a
bad
makeshift
your
thing
bad
for-
job experience?
Doesn't
It's
sound very
one.
safe.
That
I
does
mean, I don't know.
One
does
of them.
not sound like
I mean,
regulation.
Well, see, what we're gonna do here is gonna light this propane tank on fire.
Yeah, that's kind of
Hold
how
this
it went.
hose and light it on the
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
Stick
yeah,
it
yeah.
in there.
See
You
that
stick
bucket?
right in
Pour
there,
the
so-
tar in there. We're gonna use that bucket.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get
Then
it
there's a
down,
much
right?
larger bucket where you have to dump tar in. Like, it's like a giant.
Well,
tub.
before you tell the story, tell what was the job that you were doing.
It was a job. I was working for a city, and I was filling cracks with tar. Like that was the job. I
On the
showed
street.
Up, yeah, showed up at 7.
You had an orange vest on, yellow hard hat.
Yeah, no vest, no hat.
Uh-huh.
Usually a
Nah,
tank,
Very
About
unsafe.
regulations.
tank top,
They-
yeah, tank top and dirty jeans.
I hope OSHA's not watching this
Yeah,
because
I
it sounds
mean,
like you were
I'm
very
not gonna-
unsafe.
I'm not gonna divulge which town. They were nice to me, I guess.
Uh-huh.
It was okay money,
Right.
but it was hot. Truly
Absolutely,
unpleasant.
we have
You ever
terrible
gotten
summers here.
Hot tar on yourself? Not here. It was elsewhere.
Well, here as in the state.
Right.
It's
right.
almost a weekly occurrence for me with the hot tar.
You
Yeah.
pour hot tar on yourself all the
Yeah,
time.
it's
Just
not
a little
purpose.
Yeah,
bit.
there was
Just
one time I still don't know how it happened, right? So there was this beater of a little truck we drove that pulled the giant bucket of tar, right? And there was a much larger propane tank attached to that. And somehow the truck caught fire. Still don't know. It's a mystery.
You were inside the truck.
I believe it was the sun. No, I was outside the truck.
Oh.
But the truck bed catches fire, and in the bed was a shit ton of propane tanks.
Run.
And so instead of doing that, I hopped in the bed of the truck and started throwing propane tanks out, the bigger ones.
The savior.
And then I got out of the truck, with like
They were
hot
on
tar.
fire while you were throwing them out.
Yeah, the propane tanks weren't. There's like the tar in the truck. It was like a whole thing, right?
Holy shit! Yeah,
And then I left some
those
in
are
the
bombs.
Yeah,
more or
yeah,
less.
yeah. And then a cup. Yeah, it was bad.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
definitely.
and then go on. What
No, it
happened?
was like, I got out of the
We
truck in
needed-
time for some little,
in there,
little,
Kyler.
torches. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I mean? And the fire department comes. Turns out I had a fire extinguisher the whole time. Forgot to use it.
Yeah. Well, it's the heat,
it
of,
probably
the,
didn't
heat of
work.
the moment. No pun intended.
No, I mean it was like we had a rented air compressor for the whole thing. It's like a, like there's a lot of points to this story. It'd take longer than that. But like I'd forgotten that the rented air compressor had a fire extinguisher.
Well, let's be
Wow.
honest. The fire extinguisher probably didn't work. Nothing else seems to be
No,
basic
so
standards.
actually, what we did was we made like a fire bucket line to this hose in this random person's house and tried to put it out with water. But the problem was the gas tank inside the truck had also melted, so it was just like gas, and then the fire was burning on top of that.
Jesus
Why didn't
Christ.
you tell you to
Throw-
run away
so
from
then you
it?
throw the water. I ain't scared of shit.
That's what I'm
Crane.
saying.
So you start throwing water on top of the fire, which doesn't work on account of gas. It just moves it around. So yeah,
If you would have had that orange vest and yellow hard hat out,
might have been safer.
the
Probably not.
yeah.
Sure.
No, it would never have happened.
You don't think
Never
it would
happened.
happen
No.
at all?
If
No.
you were properly
Yeah.
OSHA certified.
Yeah, that's a different
never
town.
happened.
For sure, that would be a
Yeah.
different town.
Well, I'll tell you about a shitty job I had.
Yeah,
It actually wasn't that shitty, but I worked in the oil field a little bit right after high school, and it was actually a great gig. They put me in hotels in downtown Denver, Wyoming,
What?
Kansas. Well, I say all these shittier states,
Right.
and then Denver. They put
Yeah,
me in downtown Denver 3 times on 16th Street.
Okay.
Yeah, to work oil expos
Right.
because I worked for a.
So this is right out of high
un-
school. You're not even 21 yet. So
No, I was 18, I believe,
Yeah,
when I
okay.
started working for this. I evaded the whole college thing and went straight into the oil field.
Sure. I know lots of people that did that.
Yeah, I did it for about 2 years. That was all fine and dandy, but that was when I was first living on my own.
Sure.
You know, so I was having a
much
bunch
money.
of parties and
Yeah, yeah.
whatnot. And the things about oil is it's all over the place, like Wyoming, Kansas,
Yeah.
Denver, Texas.
Right. Here sometimes.
Where else? Yeah, here sometimes, obviously.
North Dakota, South Dakota.
Those I never really went into, but yeah. I worked for this gig, and eventually, after I was trustworthy enough to take on some of these problems on my own, they would call me in the middle of the night. So it was a bi-weekly deal.
Right.
So it's like one guy's on call one
Right.
weekend, I'm on
Right.
call the other weekend.
Sure.
I would be at my house as a 19-year-old having parties and whatnot.
Sure.
They would call
Why not?
me at fucking 4 a.m.
Right. It's a
after
good
I've
time.
been, drinking since
Shamammered.
9,
Right.
9 p.m. and say, hey, Zach, we got a problem out on our Calumet rig out in, what part of Texas was it? God damn it. No, it was Baggs, Wyoming, actually.
Okay. Sure.
And there's a town in Wyoming called Baggs,
Uh-huh.
and it's just nothing, just flat
That's what you got to drive all the way to Wyoming.
bullshit. So let me get to it.
Hard pass.
They would call me in the middle of the night
Uh,
and say, hey, Zach, we got a problem out on the rig. We need you to go take care of it. You're on call.
uh-huh.
If I were to say no, I'd be fired, right?
Right.
This job paid very well. It was just shitty.
Sure.
It was just a lot of hot, messy manual labor.
Sure.
So I would drive all the way to Baggs, Wyoming, which is like a 7-hour drive,
Yeah. It's a
to
journey.
fix a 15-minute problem.
Nice.
Because what we did for my company is we were the natural gas side of the oil industry. We would I would have to climb up an oil rig. You guys are
Right.
familiar with an oil rig, looks like, right?
Yeah.
There's this thing called a hopper.
Uh-huh.
And this hopper, when you're drilling, it shoots all this mud up into the hopper,
Right.
and it circulates, and
Uh-huh.
there's natural gas caught up in this mud.
Right.
So I would set a machine up, heavy as fuck. Number
Right.
one, I would have to carry this probably 40-pound machine
Okay.
all the way up this rig,
Right.
and I would set it into the hopper,
Uh-huh.
and then I would run it's what's called polyflow. It's
Uh-huh.
it's a fucking line.
Like a snake for a toilet.
Yeah. No, actually, no, not at all. Actually, it's
Wrong.
it's like a straw, a
Okay.
giant fucking straw. I would
Okay.
hook the straw up to the cavitator
And
is
you
what
would
they were called.
siphon that out.
Yeah,
And
by
tail
mouth
the
up
natural-
on the rig.
Right. Right.
I would
I've-
suck all the
I've done
natural
that.
gas out of the mud
Yeah.
at the rig. Actually,
And just
yes.
spit in
Yeah.
the
You actually
bucket.
know that.
Sure.
I would run all this. It's called polyflow. I would run it
Uh-huh.
all the way to a trailer, which is what our buddy, well, I can say his first name, I guess, Connor,
Uh-huh.
his dad.
Oh.
Yeah. So I would run this line all the way back to a trailer,
Uh-huh.
which is what they would call a mud logger.
Right.
They would sit there
Sounds like a shitter.
and
Mudlong.
this machine, run the line back, hook it up to his machine, and then he could calculate how much natural gas is being pulled out of the mud.
Right.
And so I'd go and do that, and if that fucked up, then I would have to drive all the way back out to the rig, no matter if it's in
So
Denver,
what you would
Wyoming,
go set
Texas.
it up is what you would do.
yeah,
And then once
that
it's
was my
set up,
job was
you're
to
like,
set it up.
Hope everything's cool.
Yeah.
You drive home, and then if it fuck, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because these mud loggers would just be like, they don't go out on their own to check this out because
Right.
it's dirty as fuck up there on the
Right.
rig.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
they
if
say,
someone
hey,
goes
we
to
have a
set-
problem out here. It's like, oh, well, what is it? They're like, well, we don't really know. Our machines just aren't reading right.
Right.
Like, well, okay. So drive all the way out.
Turn it off. Turn it back on. Come back home.
Yeah, pretty much just
Pull
troubleshoot the
cartridge,
thing.
is
You
it
know,
plugged in?
a lot of the times, like I just said, it was a 15-minute problem.
Right.
You know, it's just like, okay, well, like the tape wasn't on there enough, and,
Right.
and you stick it back in there and just drive all the way back to Oklahoma.
Sure. But you're getting paid the whole time.
No, you're getting paid the entire time, but when I was 19, I had this job.
Right.
So
Sure.
that was when I was first, when I first had this house to myself,
Right.
and I was inviting a bunch of my friends over to get super drunk
Right.
every night.
Mm-hmm.
Super
And then,
safe.
but I was on call. So I would get wasted, pass out, and then they would call me and say, "Hey, drive to,
Wyoming.
Midland,
Right.
Texas, 4 hours away.
Right.
So that's all
Drive
that's over
there.
there is oil shit and
Yeah.
Midland.
Get all rigged up in FRCs is what they're called,
Yeah.
fire resistant clothing.
Uh huh.
Get up there with my safety glasses on, my hard hat. I wore a hard hat.
OSHA was involved.
Take notes, Kyler,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. Safety first.
Yeah, and I would.
That's a problem with most of my manual labor jobs.
Yeah.
Zero safety.
It was
They
awful.
didn't
Propane
care
tanks on
over at
fire.
Walmart.
Yeah, yeah.
Nigga,
Propane tanks
take
on
it out.
fire.
It was awful. I did this for 2 years though, and the pay was great. I made a lot more than I do now.
Yeah, sure.
A lot more than I
Naturally.
do now. But it just wore on me.
Yeah, plus
quite a
that
bit,
job's
man.
not really around anymore. I mean, like you could probably still get it, but it's
Yeah.
tougher and there's not as much of
Yeah,
it.
actually, I worked
Gas
for
probably is fine.
I worked for a company called GeoSearch Logging, which, to your point, they are not in business anymore.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are gone from
Yeah.
that. That wasn't even that long ago. Crazy.
No, it was I think I quit working for them 2 years ago.
Sure.
2 years ago.
I think it was longer than that. Yeah,
Might have
it's
been,
definitely
bud.
longer than that because 2 years
You were
ago,
19.
I
Yeah,
was
you're
over
right,
at like Upper Crust.
Shit, I'm getting old.
Yeah, dude.
It was like 3 or 4 years
Feels
ago because
bad.
I remember
Yeah.
going to that house.
So I was like telling
In
that
the
story
village,
about the
yeah.
thing. I was like, I mean, that was like 4 years ago when that truck caught fire.
Yeah, it was
Mm.
awful. If I was a like a 30-year-old
Right.
or any
It would've
sense
been
of an adult,
great. Right.
then it would have been a great job. But
Would've
I
been
couldn't
dope.
handle that at 19.
Yeah.
But I did it for 2 years. I'm proud of the work. I wore steel-toe boots.
Makes you feel good.
Hell
Makes you
yeah, I
feel like
did.
a man.
Toes
Hell
are
yeah.
protected.
Sure. Keep them
Hell
safe.
yeah.
Don't
I was
own-
supposed to wear those
don't
at
own a pair.
Up at Walmart. 'Cause you have the
Right.
drag the,
That weird like fucking
Yeah.
cart they've got.
Yeah, what are those things?
Little
called?
manual
With the
forklift
jack.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are pretty bitchin', but they
Yeah.
take your toes off though.
Also forklift certified
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
from the same job.
I
No,
sort
I
of
am.
was.
I
I,
am.
I
Oh,
sort
yeah?
of was
They
at
are
Lowe's.
pretty cool.
you.
Are you
Yeah.
forklift certified?
Yeah, they trained me like a week before I left. So
Nice.
I don't-
Forklift certified?
Certified. I can drive a
You were
Bobcat.
fucking
it's
up
really
in
not
life.
that hard to drive a
You were
forklift.
not forklift certified.
You don't know.
I
that.
literally was. It was like a 5 or 6 minute like course, if you want to call it.
Yeah, it's like medicine degree, forklift certified, right?
Same goddamn thing, basically. Saving lives, moving lives.
Yeah, like that.
Yep. Good stuff, man.
That's my shitty job experience. I have
hate
several
that.
stories about that actually, but
It's not bad.
I want to hear more about. You know what I want to hear about. You know what I want to hear about.
What do you want?
Your
You
life.
know what I want to hear about.
No, I don't.
The bees, baby. That's what I
Oh
want to
my
hear about.
God.
The bees.
Sometimes you got to work franchise. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying?
Sure.
It feels
I was
good.
gonna say, how-
Money's
It's
good,
the
man.
Applebee's.
But like, it's different than working at most places. I guess we'll say that. It's a felon-friendly establishment.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
They
yeah.
overlook it, huh?
Is our
Yeah.
Applebee's open? They got it closed, didn't it?
It's
Still
happening.
open?
Yeah. Specifically, mine is. I still talk to those girls. They're nice.
Felon-friendly restaurant.
Felon.
Any of our listeners that are felons?
Also Chili's.
Applebee's.
Yeah. You can
Chili's.
cook for them.
Are they owned by the same people?
No. Chili's is Brinker, and
Applebee's House
is
Smith.
broken up. No.
No,
Applebee's
Applebee's is not house.
Applebee's,
Just kidding.
Applebee's is the Apple Gold Group around here.
Apple Gold Group.
Yeah. But that's just like the third largest franchise in the country.
Really?
There's some bigger ones.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's bad, man. I got threatened
That can't
to
be
be
terrible.
quote taken outside to handle my ass when a man couldn't get his salmon out in 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you handle your ass?
No, man. I mostly just yelled at him. I was like, "You want to hurt me over some salmon? Are you hearing what you're doing right now? You
Yeah.
fucking crazy person."
Older gentleman, younger gentleman?
Oh, he was like 27 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
just some internal issues.
Yeah. He was hostile.
You're 27 and you want to take somebody outside.
Yeah,
of
they
some
were all
salmon.
they were all pretty hostile, but it was cool, man. You get used to it. Sometimes cooks walk, so you got to cook yourself.
That's not a thing that
I closed
happens.
the dish pit in that establishment
Jesus.
several times
Yeah.
just because cooks bounced, and like I guess I'm doing dishes tonight, and so I finished bartending
Sounds really
and then go do
shitty.
dishes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Better man than I, Kyler.
I was
you
getting
better
paid.
believe
Better
it.
man
I wasn't
than
doing it for free. It wasn't like I was like, "Oh, restaurant's in trouble.
Right.
Better step up."
Yeah, I was
and
like,
be used."
Kyler, where's this when we work
No.
together?
You got to get paid. Yeah.
Well, are you getting paid more than like a regular server to do this?
What do you
or-
mean? No, I mean, I would hop off the clock and get like hourly. I'd take
Ah.
cook pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still don't think it's worth
Well,
it.
it was not good. That place is rugged.
Yeah.
It's still bad.
Well, see, I'm a fan of Applebee's. I like Applebee's.
That's a strange thing to like, man.
Well, it's not. It's weird. Like after
Sabotage after 10.
no,
After
enough
9
said.
sometimes.
Do you know what
Enough
happened?
said.
And I was
No.
telling you, but it's just the quesadillas, the wings, and the spinach dip.
We're struggle busting real hard.
See, after as a child, after church, we went to Applebee's a lot.
Just
It
brings
was
you-
the weirdest places.
brings you
Like
good
we
feelings.
went to Applebee's, Golden Corral,
Oh,
which
my
I w-
grandpa loved
which
it.
I would love to believe that it was better back in the day.
No, it's not.
When I went there as a child,
It's not.
but I
That
think
wasn't bad.
I just didn't
Yeah.
care what I ate
Right.
when I was
My
a child.
buddy back home
you know?
used to go sometimes.
Oh,
We'd just
God.
get
What about that Asian restaurant that we
macaroni,
went
cheese,
to?
and fried shrimp.
Oh my
Zach,
God. What?
What about that Asian place that we went to and you said you used to go after church?
Oh, shit! I
Was it
can't.
bad?
It was
was bad.
it was a Chinese buffet. Is
They're
what it
They're
is.
all bad. There's
It's
not
right there.
there's not a good Chinese buffet.
There
That's
is.
not true.
It's called
That's-
Firehouse. It's on Memorial. It's fucking bomb.
Firehouse.
Yeah, it's called Firehouse.
Is that not it?
It's delicious. It's
Oh, yeah.
delicious. It's if there is one good Chinese buffet, it is this.
Alright.
It is this.
When are we
place.
going? I guess.
But we can go.
Tomorrow.
Are they up? It's
They're
a
not
little
open.
late right
Yeah,
now.
it's a
Damn,
little
I would
late.
go right now.
Fuck, man.
That's how good it is. But I can't remember the name of this buffet that we went to. Like I said, I did go to this buffet as a child after church because those are the most memorable meals for me. Is every Sunday morning, I would beg my dad to go out to eat after
Right.
church.
Gonna make me go to school again.
Yeah, and our hot spots were Applebee's, Chili's, this particular Chinese buffet, and
See, I liked Chili's. Still do.
Golden Corral.
I used to like Chili's.
I know Presidente. That's my shit.
God, all
Steal
those
those
restaurants are
shakers.
so bad though, but they were so good when I was a kid.
They're terrible.
So
But
good.
you gotta work in some of those bad restaurants. See, I don't
Yeah.
think you guys have worked in a franchise stuff, have you?
We're
not
working
like
one.
Not like
Say,
that.
say not like the big ones,
Yeah,
like
not
upper
like that.
crust
No.
and then flat top.
No.
I
No,
haven't
it's
really-
bad. You guys don't know bad. When things go bad at the place we are now, I just remember how much worse it could be.
Yeah, it's just
I
one
got a
store
call.
though.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
got a call yesterday from my old store. My buddy who bartends there was like, "Dude, you won't believe this. This old cook who got fired for throwing hands with somebody in the first place, right? Was out drinking in the front of the house, and then like his cousin who works in the back owes him some money or some shit. So they were yelling at each other from across the restaurant. You know what I mean? So people are freaking out. They're like, "Oh, what do we do?" Because they're both pretty scary dudes on a kind of felon friendly. You know what I'm saying? And so like one of them approaches the other one, headbutts that motherfucker right there in the bar. You know what I mean? So then drags him outside,
Wow.
beats his ass, and then drives away. The other guy gets up after getting his ass beat. He's drunk as shit 'cause he just started a fight with a man much larger than him. Hops in his car, drives away, gets a DUI. I think he's still in jail.
Jesus. I thought there was gonna be a way lighter of a story than that. You were gonna say he got
No,
his ass
dude.
beat, he gets back up, he comes back in, he starts serving half-price appetizers.
No, dude. Nope. That was the whole story. Yeah, sometimes you get your ass beat and you drive away and you get a DUI.
Talk about a bad day.
Sometimes that does happen.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah,
about
that
a bad
happens.
day.
Sometimes you get arrested. You know what I mean?
Your day can't get any worse than that.
Yeah.
You get your ass beat, then
It's
you get a
truly
DUI,
unfortunate. Yeah.
and you
He's
probably go to
having a
jail, get
rough
your
one.
ass beat
I like
again.
that guy a lot, though. He was good to party with.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good people.
sure.
His girlfriend's a nice lady.
Applebee's is great. I still
Yeah.
love Applebee's to this
Hey,
day.
I made way more money there than I do where I'm at now.
Mozzarella sticks,
No.
phenomenal, phenomenal,
Ugh.
phenomenal,
Phenomenal mozzarella sticks.
phenomenal mozzarella sticks they
Fine
have at
meal. Do you
Applebee's.
know there's lists of like the worst things you can order at restaurants like for you?
Yeah.
The appetizer sampler is like number 3 on all those lists from
Really?
Applebee's. Yeah, yeah.
See, I really just liked
Shit'll
all this
fuck you up.
Shannon Miller autographed memorabilia.
Yeah, I
you
think
had.
that was like a specific restaurant that had those. And they don't even do that junk look anymore.
They don't.
Yeah, no,
What does
I,
it look like now?
I offended somebody because like
That
what they
takes your
did is
mind
they-
off the horrible things.
No, they
You
did.
can look up
They
all
yeah,
the
they
fucking
did like a
junk.
more modern look with like pictures of Oklahoma or some cheesy shit, you know. And so this old guy comes in and he goes, "Hey man, you took all the decorations down." And I was like, "Yeah, we definitely did. They looked pretty rough, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I guess." And he goes, "Where's like the pictures of the police department that were in the atrium?" And I was like, "Oh, that's mostly junk. We probably threw it out." And he was like, "Well, I was in one of those pictures. I'd sure like to find it." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, give me a minute. Let me go find somebody for you." But right after I told him his picture was junk.
The boys in blue, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of the
offended.
police are
That's another
junk, but
customer
it's just
turned
like,
away from Applebee's.
Doesn't matter, man.
Applebee's
They
is
feed them in. They
is
don't
a
do
dying
regulars
breed.
at Applebee's. Everybody thinks it's a good idea once. That's all it takes.
Yeah. I haven't been
The
there
bar,
in a while.
do you-
Let's try it out.
Did you have because you bartended at Applebee's, correct?
Yeah,
Did you ever have regulars?
totally. That's because
Yeah.
you got 350 Long Islands at
So you
At
guys did the
Applebee's.
drink specials.
Wow.
yeah, you get fucked.
Felon friendly.
Felon friendly.
350 Long Island
Islands
iced teas.
and margaritas if you're into that.
Jesus Christ,
Right.
where?
Dude,
wow.
they're
What
good.
time is this? Like from
The
4 to
the
6?
Long Islands all damn day.
What?
All
damn
day, every day.
Yeah, you want to go.
350 LITs.
Yeah, I think they bumped up to 4, but either way, and they're potent, son.
Yeah. Well, it's the same amount of liquor. It's just shitty liquor, though, I guess. But I mean, it's
What's it matter?
It
Paying
doesn't.
$4,
It doesn't.
so-
Yeah, you're paying $4. You're getting destroyed. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty sweet. So you pregame at the Bees, steady.
The Bees.
You come in, you get you like 3 or 4 Long Islands, and then you go bar hopping.
Yeah. Sounds like I wouldn't leave the Bees actually, or I'd be way too.
Drunk.
No, not drunk. Just
happy
headstrong, I guess. After the Bees, I wouldn't be able to leave the Bees.
Headstrong, you'd be living in half price apps, $4
Yeah,
Long
it's
Islands. And you'd be like, why
$3
the fuck would
Long
anybody ever
Islands.
leave?
Yeah.
And then a guy starts yelling, another guy gets headbutt right there
That
in the bar.
actually
And then
would
you
be
remember, oh yeah, this is why you leave.
No, that's why you stay. That's
fair.
better than a bar.
Yeah, that is funny.
Well, that is cool.
I do love it when strangers get punched in the face.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
That
Top
is-
5 things in the world. Cheese right now for like reasons. You know what I mean?
Cheese. Any kind
Yeah.
of cheese?
I mean, right now, yeah, cheese
Feta.
for sure. This is tough. Probably booze, right?
Sure.
Family, and then watching strangers get punched in the
Wow.
face. I would
so
argue.
cheese because it comes before family.
No, I
on your
would
top-
like
on your
what's
top
happening
thing is
here.
that your-
The thumb is cheese.
Oh, okay.
Right, so we're starting from the bottom,
Yeah.
and now we're here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Our
the thumb
boobs
is not
anywhere,
actually a finger.
Strangers,
So.
strangers getting punched in the face is pretty high up the list. Is what I'm
Okay.
saying. Here. I love it.
Wow. It's cool that Applebee's is felon friendly. I guess.
No, it is
but
cool. I do like.
Yeah.
I mean, like they got.
You
they
asked
need,
for
they
it,
need a
Applebee's.
chance.
You asked for it.
But when
at
bad things
Applebee's.
happen, it's like, what do you think is
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Right.
What do you
Exactly.
think is gonna happen?
Who else is gonna? I don't know. That's a sticky situation right there.
Yeah, man. Somebody's got to take care of these people.
No.
They gotta have jobs. Can't go back to prison.
Those are two good. You told one already, right?
Yeah,
You have a-
Walmart. I didn't really have
Walmart?
any other. I mean, I had shitty jobs, but nothing like noteworthy. It's just asshole bosses.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those. There was
Yeah,
one time a boss dropped a circular saw on my leg,
Okay,
and I was like, "Hey man, what the fuck?" And he's like, "What do you mean what the fuck? You should have caught it." And I was like, "I can't catch a table saw," because it was like what had happened was
That was a table saw
I
fall on
was-
your leg.
I was working in maintenance for this apartment complex, and we had a table saw. And he was like, "Hey man, we need to move that table saw." And I was like, "I can't pick up a table saw." And he was like, "It's fine. We'll get the backhoe." And so like he put the backhoe down, and I put 2 of the legs of the table saw on the backhoe, right? And then we picked up the table saw like that. And I was holding it like this so it didn't fall down. You know what I'm saying? And then like he flipped a switch that dumped the bucket, which dumped the table saw on my leg. And then he yelled at me for dropping his table saw, which was a terrible misunderstanding. He was like,
Sure.
"No, you dumped a table saw on me, you piece of shit."
Yeah.
And then he fired me for it.
Really?
Yeah, but I was an undocumented worker at this point, so he gave me a week's pay and told me to go home. And I was like, "That sounds fucking sweet."
Sounds familiar. Also, by the way.
Maybe. What do you mean? Undocumented workers? I don't know what you mean. Is that where he's going?
Okay.
No, not a Mexican joke. Goddamn.
Sure, had nothing to do with you leaning this way.
Yeah. Sometimes you work undocumented. Sometimes people drop saws on you.
Yeah. Well, that's rough. Jesus.
Like it's never happened to you guys.
That's-
Nobody's
I feel
ever
like
dropped
it's
a
never-
saw.
I've never had a saw dropped
No,
on me.
no, crazy,
Too bad.
crazy work story.
That guy probably went on to be a manager at Applebee's.
Probably. No, he was too old for that. His name was Francisco. Spanish guy. It was weird.
And I don't want to talk shit on Applebee's. I love Applebee's.
I
But
will talk
oh,
all the shit.
God.
Give me a call, Applebee's.
Ah.
Let's
You're the only
talk.
person I've heard say that I love Applebee's in probably like 10
It's a
years.
nostalgic
Yeah.
thing. It's a nostalgic
Even
thing.
the-
I used
even
to
the
go
people that
there and
would-
the food was great.
Even
They
the
had
people that
chocolate
come in
milk.
regularly hate Applebee's. They hate themselves for it.
Surprised.
Yeah. I was a young buck back in the day. Like the last time I probably enjoyed Applebee's, I was 12.
Sure.
But from 6 to 12, it was
The sweet spot.
oh yeah.
Just the
I
prime of
begged
your
my
life.
parents to go to Applebee's.
Murdering some mozzarella sticks
Yeah,
and a
it was
Fiesta
great.
lime
The
chicken.
appetizer sampler was just life. It was life. I didn't think life went on any farther than
Sure.
the appetizer sampler
Yeah.
at Applebee's.
Some of that food's good when it's done right. It's just
Yeah.
not done right ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just put it in the
I have a
fucking
little
fryer.
brother
Just
who
put it
used
in the
to-
fucking fryer for however long it says
not-
on the bag.
Right. Yeah, that's
And
not
it's
how it goes all
fine.
the time though. Like that Fiesta lime chicken is mad tasty. But I had a little brother who
See, I
worked
don't
back
fuck with
there.
that.
Oh, you
All
got
this
to.
Oh,
fancy
I've heard
word,
this. I don't wanna-
Fiesta lime
Yeah, yeah.
chicken.
I'm not eating
no.
the Fiesta lime
Right, you
chicken
can't.
after-
So what my little brother would do to make his ticket times faster is he would half cook like 14 chickens, right? And then get a tin full of water and put his 14 chickens in that tin and leave it on the corner of the grill so it would stay hot. And then when somebody ordered a chicken dish, you throw that chicken on the grill, finish it up real quick, get that bitch out in like 4 minutes.
Okay, so I disagree. I disagree with that, but that's fast food.
just
You know,
shitting
it's
on
like if you
Applebee's.
go
Slinging it out, but
to a
it
place
is-
like that, that's what you should
is-
expect.
It
but-
is rough.
Yeah.
Except when you go back there and you're like, hey, buddy,
Yeah.
fresh chicken.
Right.
And then it's bomb as fuck.
Fair enough. I've never had food poisoning actually ever.
Sure, really?
Have you had food poisoning?
Right. Yeah,
I
I,
have.
worked
Yes, I
at
have. It was
Applebee's.
fucking
Cam, have
terrible.
you had food poisoning?
Yeah, plenty of times.
I've never had food poisoning
Maybe it's
before.
just
I got it from Carl's Jr.
Stomach of
once.
steel.
It was terrible.
Maybe stomach of steel, or maybe I just get lucky. I
Carl
don't
Jr.
know.
will fuck you up sometimes, though. I'm a
We were,
Hardee's.
like, on
I'm
a road
Hardee's
trip.
man
It was on one
myself.
of those like gas station weird ones, like in the right off the highway. Me and my
We got
mom
one of those in
stopped.
Enid.
We both got food poisoning from whatever.
You gotta get the fried zucchini. That's the shit.
It is really good.
From Carl's Jr.
Yeah, they have fried zucchini.
Yeah, dude, it's bomb.
See, why would you go to Carl? Nobody goes to Carl's Jr. for
Right.
fried
That's why I go to Hardee's.
I go Carl's
You're not gonna
Jr.
catch me in a Carl's Jr. this side of the Mississippi. Fuck you.
A double Western
Hardee's.
bacon cheeseburger.
I've probably had
is
Carl's
delicious.
Jr. 4 times in my entire life.
No. What about Jack in the Box? Now we're gone. We're
Twice.
So far off.
Twice.
So
I've had
fuck off.
Jack in the Box twice.
Here's the thing, I fucks with Jack in the Box tacos, not their burgers.
No, I don't fuck with Jack
Yeah,
in the
they're
Box
good
ever.
tacos.
Yeah, they're
I
not-
had.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
terrible.
No.
Before we got one here, whenever like me and my mom would always go up to California, we always have to go to Jack and Box to get tacos.
Yeah.
It may be better there though.
It's all right. I mean,
Our Jack in the Box.
No,
is
if
terrible.
it's there,
exact
like
same
I'll
shit.
get it.
Yeah, I like
It's
that
not-
dude.
Exactly.
There was one time I was drunk in the parking lot of a bar and I stole a Jack in the Box guy off somebody's antenna and I had that in my car for
You get
years.
that for free.
Well,
Well, he
You can
wasn't
go
at
in there.
Jack.
I wasn't at Jack in the Box. I was at the bar. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Very rarely does Eric go like, "No, that makes sense." And I needed that. That was good.
That's because you usually don't
Have
make
that
sense. Kyle.
Have that one. Have
Kyler
that one
never
about Jack in
makes
the Box.
Yeah. It's not
Uh,
1 in 10. 1
yeah.
in 10, Kyler.
Yeah. Anyways,
fell-
I
we fell
think
apart a little
I think we're about done with our worst jobs and Jack in
Sure.
the Box. I can't talk about Jack in the Box any longer.
Does it make you sick?
Like I said, I've never gotten food poisoning. The first time I went to the Jack in the Box, I got churros. That's it.
Why did you get a
Just
churro
for a
at
snack.
Jack in the Box?
Just for a snack because I was already
I think churros are
I was
good,
already
though.
questioning. I was like, I don't know about this.
So
I
let's
was
go for the
I was
most
drugged
sketchy
there.
thing
I
that
was
would be on
drugged
there.
there,
Sure.
and I was like, churros, I guess.
Sure.
And the second time, I was like, those churros are pretty good. I'll get the
Right.
sourdough sandwich.
Sure.
Worst decision of my life.
Those churros were pretty good.
Worst decision of my life.
How
I'll
big is a
never have
sourdough
Jack in the Box
sandwich?
again. But I've never had food
Yeah,
poisoning.
we can go full circle here.
Yeah.
Ended up like this. Do you know who else serves churros?
Ew.
Applebee's. Wrap it up.
Boom, baby. Anyways, thank you for watching Beside the Point number 9. If you're a felon, go apply at Applebee's.
Get a
They'll
job,
give you a
is
job.
what I'm
baby.
saying. They'll
Yeah,
take care of you.
yeah,
Not
They're
well.
Good people over at
It's
Applebee's.
not good at all.
They're good at people over at Applebee's.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I stated at the beginning of the episode, 100 subs. God damn it.
you
If
are
we
a
can't
business
do 100
cards,
subs,
strangers' pockets.
what are we here for if we can't do 100 subs? So please
I just
subscribe
wanna
to
make
us. We're on
Cards in people's
I want to follow
pockets.
him around. when he does that.
Instagram
I want to see him get hit.
and other stuff. I don't think we're on Facebook. We're
Yeah,
on Twitter as
Facebook.
well.
We're everywhere.
Are we on Facebook, Dustin?
Yes, we are.
Fucking
We're on Facebook.
everywhere. We're gonna inundate you.
Broadcast is saying we are on Facebook. So follow us on all of those things that I just mentioned, as well as we all have separate social media accounts as well. So
We're
if you want
everywhere.
to follow those,
Sure.
Uh,
I check mine sometimes.
yeah, but we're not going to tell you that because we want you to comment and ask for it. So do that. And until next time,
That makes sense.
goodbye.
Goodbye.